Hi, my name is Aruna. I'll be demonstrating module 11, relational databases and MVC today. Let's get started. So here in this module, we are dealing with the Rocket Food Delivery app, and we are setting up the database to test the back office application. And we have received specific requirements from the client to use technology stack like Spring Boot, a popular web application framework to develop this application. And additionally, the client has asked to use a SQL database to store and manage their data. So we are using the MySQL database. And so this information will be crucial as we move forward in the development process. So this is the list of restaurants, and so there are specific CRUD operations that we have implemented as part of this screen. So this one is the list of restaurants that we are seeing here, and this one is view if you want to look at the details of each restaurant. So this is the view, and go back. So this is the edit. We want to edit any restaurant. Yes, you can edit it. If you want to delete, you can delete it. So I'm just canceling it out. So these are the different CRUD operations implemented for this Rocket Food Delivery app. And so this is the page with the existing project that is accessible via the URL. If you can see, back office / restaurants, and here we have a list of restaurants, and we are allowing the user to create a new restaurant. That is one of the CRUD operation called create. And we are allowing the user to update a restaurant, that is update. And you can see all the restaurants, that is read. We are allowing the user to delete a restaurant, that is delete CRUD operation. And these changes will be definitely persisting in the database. And we are using the dbeaver management tool, database management tool. So if you can see here, go to restaurants columns. Go to data. See, whatever the updates we make, it will be reflected in the restaurants table. It has the specific address ID and the owner ID. So everything is maintained here, and these columns, they have like a one-to-one relationship and many-to-one relationship between the other tables like address and customers. So I will be dealing with that in the next few minutes. And so I have also tested this CRUD operations with Postman tool. See, these are the collection. This is all get all restaurants. Get restaurant by ID. Get ID restaurants by price range. And get restaurant by name. Specific like restaurant. Search restaurants by name. Delete restaurant. And create restaurant with a new address and new user. You get restaurant by ID. Update restaurant and delete restaurant. These are the different CRUD operations that were tested using the Postman. And so let me explain the code part. So basically the purpose of this app is to manage restaurants, their menus and orders via UI and the REST API. And the stack I have followed is Spring Boot, Spring MVC, Spring Data JPA, Jakarta Validations, Lombok, Timeleaf for UI. And I have shown you all the list: create, view, edit, and delete CRUD operations. And the base URL that we used was /API/restaurants. I want to show that in the code. This is the restaurant API controller. I will show real quick. See, this is the create endpoint, read, get active restaurants by price range, restaurants by name, put is for the update restaurant, and delete. So these are the different CRUD operations for the back office application. And the controller I have used is restaurant controller, restaurant controller, this one. And basically this restaurant controller, it serves the HTML pages for the list, create, view, edit or delete endpoints, and it also orchestrates the saving address or user first and then restaurant. This API/restaurant API controller, it has the pure REST endpoints for CRUD plus the filters, and returns proper HTTP codes and messages. And the service we are using here is the restaurant service. If you look here, this is the restaurant service. So it creates and validates one restaurant per address, unique name, unique phone, and saves the entity. And get by ID, the list, filters, and search by name for the read CRUD operation will be handled from this file. And the update CRUD operation, it ensures the entity exists and rejects the duplicate name or phone when changed, and the user or address are immutable. And we will be deleting the restaurant by ID with existence check. And we have other services which provide creation for lookups used by the back office controller. And the restaurant repository, here in the repositories, the Spring Data JPA we will be using, and we will be using the finders to find by user ID, find by address ID, find by name, find by phone, find by price range, active status, and search by name substring. Everything will be handled in this file. And the sorting, find all by order by ID, descending order, or find all by order by name ascending order, or everything will be mentioned in this file. So you can see find by active and price range, find by active order and name, and find by name containing ignore case, exists by address ID. So all these validations are done in this file, existence checks and other model entities. And the restaurant, here the model, it has different fields like name, phone, email, price range, and timestamp. It has many to one relationship with user entity, user one to one with address, unique values. And there are validations like the Lombok validations, at the rate data, no org constructor, all orgs constructor, builder. And so that with product table, it has many to one restaurant, many to one relationship, and name or description, and the cost validations. And with orders table, it has many to one, and with restaurant table, there is a many to one relationship. I can show in the database. So if you look at the diagram, see, this restaurant table has a relationship with the, say, one to many, so with the ID in the address table and ID in the users table. So if you can look at the diagram, it's clearly explained here. So basically in the one-to-one relationship, the restaurant and address tables via with a join column, which one is unique. Each address can host only one restaurant. Basically that is enforced in the DB and checked in service with exists by address ID. And a many to one relationship is also experienced in the restaurant and user entity table. So each restaurant has one user, and a user can own many restaurants. And the product to restaurant, many products belong to one restaurant, and order to restaurant table, so many that is also many to one, many orders can be placed from one restaurant, and one to many. So that the inverse view of this restaurant can have many products. So basically those validations and libraries, the Lombok data and getter and setter at the red builder at the red noir constructor. So basically these are used to eliminate the boilerplate code, and Jakarta validations are used to the validations like at the rate entity, a table at the rate table, and at the rate ID or generated ID value column. All of these Jakarta validations are used basically. So basically it will query the database, and so it will manage how UI and API works together. UI path saves the nested address and the users first, then calls the restaurant service dot create restaurant. So these are the basic CRUD operations, and all the database schemas are maintained in the models. So it will tell, like, which one is the primary key, which one is the foreign key for every table. For example, address table, if you see here, the created on table here, see, it updatable is false. So it cannot be updated. So which is the ID? ID is the here. That has the primary key. Restaurant. See, if you see here, ID is the primary key, and there are some foreign keys, and the relationship, everything here, what relationship it is hold, is everything is maintained in the models. So if you look here in the table, look at the properties, you can see clearly ID should not be not null. You see, active table, it is an integer, created on should be date and time, email should be variable character, phone should be variable character, price range should be int. So all these data types and its values, everything is maintained in the DB, and it is coded in the models files in the code part. So this is pretty much about module 11. Hope you like it. Thank you.